Hello, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Simon Fairfield Public Library meeting of the Board of Trustees. It is November 25th, 2025. Do we have a quorum? I see 4.
I think there are 5 here. Betty's here too.
2, 3, 4.
Oh,
1,
okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is it
6? 6.
You counted 6? That's with Justin.
I don't see Betty, but if we're
What's his phone number? 476-7242.
Yes, I'm here. I just couldn't get anywhere for a while. Check the date, check the time, rechecked, and then I got in.
All right.
Okay.
That was my fault. I apologize.
Okay.
So Lee's not here, and Dana's not here. And who's the other one?
I saw I had an email from
Lori.
so you may have.
No, Lori's here.
Lori's here. Oh, I'm sorry.
My screen says Wallace Cove.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just Lee and Dana? Or is there another trustee I'm missing?
No, they are the only ones who are not here. You are correct.
Okay, so that we only have 7 trustees?
No, we have 8. So we have
That's
Dana.
true, and I didn't put you down, Danielle. I'm sorry. Okay.
I need to not
Nobody
bring
told
up.
me I was going to have to do math.
That's my
Right.
strong point.
All righty then. So we do have a quorum, and everyone should have received minutes from the October meeting.
Yes.
Hopefully everyone's had a chance to read through them. At this point, I'd entertain a motion to accept the minutes as written.
So moved.
Second.
Seconded.
All right. Any discussion, questions, corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor of accepting the minutes from October, say aye.
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 Hi.
I'm going to abstain because I wasn't at the meeting, although I watched it and read the minutes, but I'll abstain. Okay, so moving on to the financial report.
This is a little dated, but not by much. I prepared this last week before I went away to Philadelphia. We have spent 37% of the fiscal budget at the time, and we're 38.9% of the fiscal year, so in a good spot.
I just have a quick, almost a humorous question on the postage.
Mm-hmm.
You know how every year there's certain board members who say,
yes.
just take it out?
There's a story.
And now all of a sudden we've overspent it.
So for the past since Suzanne Kane retired, however long ago that was, I have had no idea what we're spending on postage because we just send out the letters, and the machine that's supposed to keep a balance tabulation of everything, I don't think anyone ever really figured that out. So what they did is they did a clean reset of the system a couple months ago. I don't know exactly when the reset started, but they told me we would start to see postage invoices again. And basically what we're looking at here is about half of a year's of postage. So next year, if we stay on the same strategy of sending out mail to try to get books back, we'll have to pay for it. The free ride is over.
Oh.
It's been forever, Justin, just for information. We've never had to pay, and that's why I question it every year.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that we did for a while, and then it stopped. It dried up because no one was billing us, and I didn't see a problem with that, and I didn't want to poke where the problem was not. So, but the technicality, the loophole has been unlooped.
All right.
But we will want to look at, part of what I'm going to think about in next year's budget is because next year we would probably end up spending about twice this number on, outgoing mail.
Right.
Based on what we've done so far and how much we take in from getting the books back. We've collected $43.95 in fines. But we also get a lot of books back that we wouldn't otherwise if we didn't send these letters, because a lot of people, people struggle with executive functioning these days. And, they get the automated emails. Well, they're ignoring them because they get so many emails every day. They just filter them out. They get a call from the library where we leave a message. Then they eventually filter that out too. And then the letter is usually like the last scary thing that reminds them, oh, I do need to actually return my library materials. And it's amazing how many names will end up on these lists of, letters to go out, like the Snooks.
Shocking.
A lot of our best patrons, will leave for the winter sometimes, or they'll go away for a few weeks. You know how it is. And, they have books with them. They end up kicked into lost status. We know we're going to see them again. We don't send those letters because, when they come back from Florida, they're going to bring back the books and then they're going to be all apologetic and then donate $20 because they feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, a lot of people don't really think they just don't think about bringing the books back until it hits their mailbox.
Mm.
So I think it's something we'll want to continue, even though we'll have to be paying for it, but it'll
Right.
be something to think about.
That's minimal. I thought it was humorous when I read
Mhm. Like, it's back. This line item that has just been lurking in the shadows. Otherwise, expect the book budget to start actually being expended now, circulating library materials, where we've only spent 29% of the budget and we're 38% of the year, which is weird. But it's because of the Baker and Taylor book crunch, the fact that Ingram is so behind on shipping and we don't pay for anything until we have it. So we'll kind of get to play catch up because we will want to procure as many books as we can every fiscal year.
Justin, I have a question about the library materials because I do read the Wowbrary thing every week, and it looks like you're buying a million things for online access. I mean, it's like 39 new titles and stuff like that. So is that price in the library materials stuff or somewhere else?
Yes, that is in library materials stuff. And also maybe some of it is in the CPC licenses, because every now and then I'd go through. The way I've started using the CPC licenses is before I just enabled everything that was in the catalog that was below $3 to check out per patron. But, with kind of the crunch we've had and the way things have been going, I started targeting it at holds that people already have placed. And our circulation hasn't really gone down. We're still circulating the same number of ebooks, but our holds queues have gone from about 800s to the 200s. So we're meeting the demand that people are, actually reaching out for instead of just unloading the garbage truck and seeing what everybody pilfers through, if that makes sense. But those are not supposed to show up in the Wowbrary newsletter because those are, we've tried to disable that because of the way CPCs work and the fact that they come and go and whatnot. So I wonder if what you're seeing is just what the consortium has purchased.
Well, I don't know because
I'll have to look because I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Okay. Because I also see Sturbridge. Because I always have followed them, and they have like 2 or 3 things, and you have 38, 45 or something, is really extraordinary. But, if I like that taking the route that you're doing of concentrating on the Douglas or the people that are members of your library as opposed to everybody in the world. So I think that's gooder.
Yeah.
No matter how I do it, I'm only looking at the Douglas holds whenever I'm buying CPC licenses. Because I filter everybody else out.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a comment as a consumer and say that I pretty much always read books online. And I'll put in a hold for something that's fairly popular. And I found recently, in the last few weeks anyhow, that my wait time is a lot less. And I like that. And I think that will keep people going to that mode. Because I'm in a couple of different groups on Facebook where people talk about, why not just go to the library? And other people say, oh, I got to wait so long and da 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 da. So I think it's good to have enough copies of something that's, on the bestseller list or whatever, or being pursued historically, to help people out and provide that service.
Yeah, I hope people like it. It's I've also upped the threshold too, because before I wasn't buying anything that was above $5. And now that I'm manually going through, I'll buy it if it's up to $5.50, if it looks like it's good. And a lot of things that catches a lot more stuff. You'd be amazed at how many more bestsellers and high circulating items you can get into the collection if you're just willing to pay 50 more cents per circ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, I have noticed the same thing.
Yes.
My holds.
Good.
I had to suspend a couple because I wasn't ready.
Well, that's what's happened to me. I'm behind
good.
now, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to try to renew it again.
Too many books.
Yeah, it will get the ebooks will dry up a little bit because we've been spending a lot more of the budget on ebooks than we would on print during the since we weren't able to spend money on print, and we're going to kind of have to start shunting some money back to the stacks. But our print readers are about to be happy because we're finally getting book flow again. We didn't realize how badly we had a big Evergreen update like 3 weeks ago, and it completely messed up all of our cataloging templates. Like we finally got a bunch of books, and then we found out we weren't able to catalog them because the update had messed up, how we had our customized templates and done. So fixing that took 3 days before we could start cataloging any of the new books. And then I went away to Philly and came back this morning, and Gail's like, 2 of the templates are still broken. We can't put sci-fi up yet. So it's been a really fun week. But books are flowing. That's good. But we're not there yet. This is finance report. Is there any other questions on operations before we go to other accounts?
Right.
We've earned $72 in interest in that account. The interest in the big account is up to at $1,102 a month. I mean, that's not too shabby. And the shot up because we got our auction winnings and Oktoberfest book sale winnings in there. The other thing I wanted to point out, and library grants is about to get 12,000, I think. It's later in the agenda. So that's going to go up in December. Ellie was confused because she noticed that I didn't have an expense, but this number had gone down. And that's because I've kind of just been tracking this as an expense. And so whenever Rebecca buys something for the archive, I don't record it as an expense up here. I just decrease this number there. Does that make sense?
But I need
Makes
the
sense.
expenses one, that's why it went down, because she spent some money there. So, which is fine.
So I just need to put like
I
a little note or something in there when it happens because it's not obvious. I understand that.
Mhm.
So purchase. What was it?
Well, this one, the expenses was purchased protective film.
Purchase protective film for campaign.
Yeah, but it should be under expenses, not under, because that's what's left in the archives account. So just move that line up 3 areas to under expenses.
Mhm.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
Undo it. Can you undo it?
Like that?
No, it's just you want to say what this. You don't have to say it because you've already said it, but it doesn't have to be there. That's why I put the expenses in the
You would
minutes.
rather just not have this here and then have the expense total. That's what you're saying?
No, because then it messes it up, otherwise. So because you liked to have the Rachel May Memorial there for $300 and also the reserve for archives.
Yeah. So if you do the math on the way you have it, Justin, it makes sense. You start with your opening balance, donations adds to it, expenses takes away, reserve takes away, reserved takes away. And so that, and then the Rachel May Fund, then that should give you your unrestricted balance. The way you have it now, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just leave it the way it is. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to go away soon because we had I planned story walks way out in advance, and it didn't make sense to buy any new ones until recently. And now I'm going to start expending this down until it goes away. And I'm trying to get Rebecca to spend that down too, because I want to keep these tidy.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, moving on. There's not really much else to report. The capital funds have jumped up. Unrestricted funds available around $45,000. Director's report?
Yes. We're good for that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought October's numbers were interesting to look at because we had virtually no new books coming in during this period. So like our book circulation took a dip, but I mean, it could have taken a lot bigger dip considering that, we bought nothing. Other than that, it's kind of just chugging along as usual. This did include our Oktoberfest. So our door count was 3,907. And it was pretty amazing. Website visitors are way up and website views are way up in comparison to what they've been in the past, which, I think is, attributed to, the work that Rebecca and Lisa have done there. 500 Douglas Ways were opened, 200 Douglas Mills. We distributed almost 400 passive programs this month or in October. And we had
tea was spectacular programs this month.
Yes, it was. We've had really good ones the last 3 months.
I should come in and grab it. Well, I'm going to be away, so by the time I come back, it'll be gone.
Maybe not. Program attendance was good. We had the carpet cleaned in the program room downstairs because Deb was on vacation and that desperately needed done.
Just
sometime
to touch on that, Justin, I think that's something that should be done once a year. Anyhow, is it at least that?
I have
when was the last time it was done?
Never.
Do you know?
Never. I mean, never. I think since we've done these.
No,
cards.
when you
And
think
I was
about
talking to Lee Bliss because he works with Adam, and basically does all the town stuff. And I have him. He's going to come back and give me a quote for what it would cost to do the whole library. And if it's reasonable, I do want to work it into next year's budget and then start doing that every year because, that's one thing that people do comment on. And, as many people as have allergies and things, then I think it's just a good thing to do.
not just that, that's a program room where you got people walking in their shoes and boots and whatever from outside, and you got little kids sitting there and they're sharing microbes and things like that. So I think it's a really good idea to have it done. I would say maybe twice a year. I don't know how much. If it would be $300 each time, I would recommend doing that twice a year.
I think once a year would be better than no time a year. But also, you should think ahead of when you want to do it. Do you want to do it after the winter time?
Yeah,
Right.
As opposed to before the winter time. Because that's when most of the caca gets put on the rugs, So just keep that in your head when you, yes, good.
As a retired preschool director, I can make recommendations at some point.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked that it hasn't been done, but anyhow, whatever.
I never thought about carpet cleaning, but now that it's been done, it's kind of fairly obvious, and where we'll pick that ball back up.
All right. I know we want to move along, so.
Sometime in December, our website is going to be rebuilt from the ground up to comply with accessibility standards, which are rolling out. Most of the bigger communities had to comply with them in October. We, as a town under 10,000, don't have to comply with them until April. But Rebecca's pretty much done, so why not launch it? It's ready. So after
the correction in there, April 2026, not April 2025.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. So after everything is proofread and looked at, it'll probably take 2 days. The website will go offline and we'll start rebuilding it page by page. And in the meantime, we have put everything necessary in the catalog. So like if you go to the Aspen website and we'll redirect there while we're doing the maintenance, like the calendar is available there now and all of the other tools. It just won't have the community information and all of the extra stuff. But when the website comes back, it will meet accessibility compliance standards and also look a lot better. Rebecca's put a lot of thought into taking what we have and just making it work better than I did, because I built this one, 8 years ago and haven't put a lot of, I haven't changed it a lot. And so Rebecca's really making it shine.
Yes.
We already talked about that we're getting books again, and the winter stroll is in 2 weeks.
All right. How can the trustees help with the winter stroll at the library?
Yes.
I don't know how many people are actually going to go downstairs for the book exchange. I'm hoping that, that picks up traction, but it may be dead. But having people on hand and available to assist with that would be awesome.
Okay.
Well,
Dawn had some ideas, which she wanted to talk about. It might make sense to do that now.
Yes.
I'm willing to do that for part of the time and talk up the library and the building fund, and be sure to visit our non-compliant bathroom and make a donation. No, I'm happy to help wherever I can help. I don't want to be in the way.
I don't think anybody would be in the way, but the Lindsay Sarah Realty kind of takes care of her own stuff. We're not going to run our own craft this year to compete with that. we kind of serve coffee and cider and cocoa over the circ desk if anyone's interested in that. But, me and Ephraim are happy to do that as well. But I mean, just being around to mingle and schmooze and talk up the library is kind of the key point. That's the point of it. So any trustees who want to be on hand just to hang out would be a feather in the cap of the event.
That's the 13th from 3 to 6. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I can be there. One thing I wanted to mention, so I had emailed Justin and Ellie because she's head of the Friends, and I guess you didn't get a lot of input from the someone else had done a fundraiser called Blind Date with a Book. So the idea was that you cover the book and you do like the most basic of description on it. And then someone sells it, then you sell it for $10 and take the proceeds. And I guess we've done this before and didn't get a lot of reaction, but I was thinking I've got paper here that's super pretty. We've got leftover tea, maybe there's some prettier bookmarks, floating out there. And if we were to package them really nicely and take some of the books that we already have from the various book sales and just use the resources that we have, it's really just time that it would mean to put that together, and we could have that ready for the winter stroll. And I'd be willing to take that on. If we agree.
I sort of ignored it because I thought it was a program that the library should do, and it was, the Friends, and I'm not the head of the Friends; it's Carolyn Orville that is, but it's the Friends have a couple of big things, which are selling the books at Oktoberfest and at the Memorial Day sales too, and the auction. That's a lot. And, I don't mind that the Friends take credit for that, all that work. But this type of thing, I think, is more of a program that the library has to put forth, and this would fit perfectly in with whatever our recommendations for the future or whatever we're doing. You have them somewhere down there. I think the last thing on your report, I can't remember what that's called, but I think this type of thing would fit perfectly into that. In getting the library to try to find funding for accessibility, not through the website, but through allowing people to come into the library and stuff.
Yes. So this would, basically this would have no cost to it. It would just be putting it together and seeing how it goes. So we've got, like Justin said, 2 weeks till the stroll. So if we're all in agreement, I can start. I assume there's books that are kind of, would be ready for the auction, the summer auction.
Yeah, we could select good ones out of there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then whatever.
So, John, just can I clarify?
Sure.
So you're looking to do like some kind of nice bookmarks, or
so you'd wrap the book. So I'd wrap it in like a pretty, like a floral paper or striped paper or something like that. And then just write the description on the back. We just need to figure out a place where we could sell those books for the winter stroll, and people would be, and then we'd package it with the tea, and the idea is that it's a blind date with a book. So you take this book, you don't know what's inside it. It's blind, except for that maybe 2-sentence description.
Wrap it like a Christmas present.
Yeah. People would buy it for the one that I saw was $10 a book. And then they take it home, unwrap it, and they, drink it by the fire. That's drink and read by the fire. That's the idea. So, and it would be nice. I was just thinking bookmarks would be one nice thing to add to it. I don't
So
have,
my mind works in mysterious ways. What if somebody rips it open in the library and says, I hate this book, throws it on the floor and says, I want my money back?
Well, they
Nobody
can deal
does
with
that.
it. Yeah, and they could
I
just
think
address it at the time.
a
Call
fundraiser.
the police.
People buy them for gifts to give to someone else for Christmas. I got one for Christmas last year from someone. I was not in the library to rip it apart and throw it on the floor.
Point. My brain just goes into crazy ways. What if?
So you're willing to take this all on, Dawn, then?
Yeah.
For the library. Yeah.
Sweet, try it.
Have it ready for the stroll.
Thank
What
you.
could
I think
possibly go wrong?
Right, except for
nothing. It'll be fine.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Great. All right, so we can move on to other old business, accessibility, nothing. Front steps.
I'd really like something to happen with that. Please don't keep on saying nothing. Figure out a way to get beyond saying nothing. Whether it's whoever can't do it, recommend steps to the next way to get accessibility.
I want that to be a directive from the entire board, not one member. To be fair,
I thought we had done this a year or so ago. That we went through and we presented you with what we wanted done. It's not just me.
We're talking about
The
accessibility.
whole board did it,
What are we talking about?
we've had a lot of conversations over accessibility. We have worked on this. We have done votes. At one point, we voted not to talk about it again until we raised $400,000. Then we voted to have a building program done. We spent $8,000 on that. Then we decided not to take the bait. Then we tried to get the town architectural firm that we were working with at the time to work with us to, get a discounted price so that we could do things on the cheap, which is what we're always after, which is what the directive always is. Justin, try to make this happen outside the box, following no procedure no other library ever has. And, just make it happen for less money than is possible to make it happen. And I am trying and I'm working on it, but there are other things on my agenda. There are other things on my plate, especially right now. Our book vendors have collapsed. The federal government is anti-library. My staff is freaking out because, the economy and the country is aflame. People are coming for the library. We're trying to strengthen our procedures. The Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners is scrambling to, protect the freedom to read, so that we don't have to censor. This is not the time.
It's a
the market is not
right now.
Renaud says, they can't honor a quote beyond one day. I've talked to, everyone I've talked to has said, there's just not a path forward right now. I mean, we can fundraise until we can do it ourselves, or, we can knuckle under and, do it the proper way, which, no one really knows what is. And that's why the MBLC does these construction grant grounds, is so that they can guide the libraries through it. Until we have enough capital to bypass that process, which is going to be millions upon millions of dollars, these conversations we have every month are not productive. And I feel like we're spinning our wheels, but there's no traction to be had right now. So that's what I will say. That's what I mean when I say I want this to be a directive from the board rather than from the director of one individual on the board, that I need something to report on building accessibility every single month on the agenda. And I'm happy to step away if that needs to be discussed, but
I have to agree with Justin. However, if the rest of the board feels there needs to be further a motion, a second, and then further discussion. That's what has to happen.
I don't think we're ready tonight to do that.
Okay,
I have family here,
forward.
and I'm trying to get out of here by 7:30.
Ellie, we're going to move forward. All right. So we're going on to the front steps.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just ask one question that related to this? You probably all get the emails too from the MBLC updates, and it looks like
No, I don't.
It just says, "Dear colleagues, the library community across Massachusetts is applauding a major federal court ruling that permanently blocks Executive Order 1423H8, which sought to dismantle the Institute of Museum and Library Services." So that's good news.
we did get good news today. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a long email. I can forward it to people if you don't have it. But
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, it looks like there's some oral arguments about it in Boston on December 4th. I don't know. Anyway, all right, I'll forward it to everybody.
Thank you, Dawn.
Sure.
All right, looking at the front steps.
The Boy Scouts, I reached out to them today and they indicated that they would prefer not to do this. If we can hire someone else to do it, they don't really want to do the project anymore. It was, I guess it was too much for there's the volunteerism petered out or they got busy doing other things, but
I think it's a bigger job than
it is
than we think. I mean,
at first I thought I could do it with myself, borrowing your pressure washer.
Okay, I
we
can
figured
talk
out
to
it
my
was
husband
more
to
than
see
that.
if he has any recommendations. He's a retired contractor and he worked with many people in various aspects of, soup to nuts. But maybe Justin, you and I can have just a conversation just to get information so I can share it with Bill. And
yeah,
then,
I mean, it'll be easy to get a quote to get it done. I was just hoping
exactly. That's it. That's what I'm
it.
saying. If there's somebody willing to look at it, and if he has anyone that he has in mind, or I mean, he's not too long ago retired, and so I'll check with him and I'll get back to you, Justin, and we can put that if we can keep that on the agenda for next month and see if there's any updates on that. Okay.
Okie doke.
All right. How about mini splits?
Renat is waiting on parts. They ideally would have proceeded 2 weeks ago, but parts aren't here yet.
All right.
Market instability.
Yep. So moving on to the security cameras.
This is something we are making progress on, and I'm learning a lot about it in the process. We've extracted the data from kind of the broken NVR and the cameras that we have. I have the information we need to log into the cameras. We just need a functional switch to plug them into, and then Dave is going to come reset them and then plug them into the new NVR. We hope that's how it's going to work. But he's only available to the town on Wednesdays. So since, this past Wednesday I was out, and this past Wednesday he was out. This Wednesday I'm out. And then, next Wednesday's the one. So we'll get there eventually, hopefully by mid-January.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And no one's freaking out about not having the security cameras in the meantime, which is why I'm not, eager to say this isn't working and we need to go, find, a new system to install, because I mean, it's the library.
Yeah.
The external cameras would be nice, but the internal cameras people are kind of easier with them not being there.
Yeah, there has to be a limit, and I
We
think
do. I want it back up and functional in the program room, especially. But in the meantime, just adult
absolutely,
supervision
absolutely,
is.
yes, for sure, but external for sure too.
Mhm.
But other than that, it's no big deal. So, under other,
We have functional toilet shutoffs, and the toilets have been fixed, so they're not running anymore. Hooray!
Awesome.
yes, I wanted to ask you about that, Justin, because I was at a Pasanki egg painting class that I did horribly at. But when I used the bathroom, I could not get the toilet to stop running no matter what. And when I went in there, it was running.
Yeah, I got the hardware to fix it last Monday. I think it was the Monday after the Pasanki event, and step one was shut off water to the toilet, and I couldn't do that because they were seized. We replaced the sink valves last year, but we didn't replace the toilet valves. So now we have functional water shutoffs in the bathrooms all the way around.
Oh, that's important because you need that in case there's a water problem. All right. So moving on to grants. Capital campaign.
Capital campaign's gone up 285 from 277 thanks to the Friends auction and Oktoberfest book sale.
Yeah. Thank you, friends.
Some
Other grants. Oh. Friends. Let's hear about the Friends auction.
I think Justin can talk better on it than I.
I can get numbers on the website. We only have one item left that has gone unclaimed, which is pretty good. The book sale raised 1,133. The auction raised 9,903. And I think that's kind of where we're just going to leave what we raised. That's because the $15 is not going to come in. People donated extra. The checks are done, and that's how much we think we can attribute to the auction versus people just saying, "Here, we want to donate this to the Friends, so we're leaving it in the box over the weekend." So a huge thanks goes out to all of our donors, bidders. 285,000 is a nice number to bring it up to, and only having one item go unclaimed. Usually we have 4 or 5 or 6 still hanging around in January. So things ran efficiently this year, and I think having the space in the basement helped a lot to kind of sort once it was actually available. Throughout the collection phase, it was all in flux, but once we were there and it was time to distribute, having a place to spread out was good, which kind of got everybody thinking about keeping that space as kind of open and flex as possible so that we have sort of a flexible space at the bottom of the stairs that's easy to roll into being overflow for, story time events in the summer, or, a place where grown-ups can hang out while their kids are in story time. And then, make it easy to roll tables in to do things like Friends at the Library auctions out of. And book sales when it's raining could even happen down there if we combine all the space. So it's back to like incremental practical approaches. I think we're really getting the basement space figured out as we've got Deb kind of in her corner, Rebecca in her corner. We've got this open flex space in the middle. The program space is opening up as we move some of that stuff into Rebecca's new office. And if eventually it can get to the point where we can just tack a lift between the 2 floors, a lot of the downstairs work will be done.
Interesting.
But, I was thinking originally office pod down there, and we were thinking about making it like a campy campfire space for the winter, but having a space just to roll from the auction to the winter stroll to, and like keeping it a flexible open space. I think that is what we're going to end up proposing once the dust settles.
Interesting. All right, federal and state funding updates.
$12,857.48 should be hitting our grant account soon. And another good news, this is what Don was talking about earlier. The executive order that dismantled IMLS has been permanently blocked. That was kind of spearheaded by Rhode Island, but the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners had a big role into it as well. And they did invite me to the testimonies, so I'm probably going to go.
Oh, great.
So I will probably be there. We're expecting funding to be restored in some capacity in FY26. We don't know exactly what, and they're kind of juggling things around. I think they're trying to move a lot of the money from federal programs to state programs. So what they're kind of guessing is going to happen is next year the MBLC will get like a higher allocation, and then federal programs like LSTA would go away. So the MBLC could kind of replace it with their own equivalent of what they want. So states would be able to do kind of their own things with their LIG or with their IML, with their federal dollars. So, but again, it's all in court. It was appealed immediately. So that's why there's going to be hearings and testimonies.
Stay tuned.
Other big projects.
Yeah, right. Just one more thing. All right, going on to the FY26 bridge plan accomplishments.
The bridge plan. One of the things in it was to keep developing small groups like the Fiber Arts Friends. And I'm happy to report that they've shot up from about 2 or 3 folks per session to more like a dozen. They asked me to increase publicity and then promptly asked me to stop.
I keep meaning to go to that, and something always happens that I don't. I'm challenged. I'm just.
It's a busy world.
And when I stopped in, I wasn't there for that, but I was like, I want to stay.
I always want to go join them sometime, but it's just I have too many other things to do. We've also started a writing accountability group. So far, it's only one person, but she is coming reliably and regularly every Monday night. And that's how it starts. Eventually, it'll turn into 2. And if we can get, a writing group established, that's something we've tried twice in the past.
Oh, yeah. That would be awesome.
But, we've never had Mondays accessible before. And, like there's a big difference between doing it like once a month, like staff would be able to accommodate, and a volunteer doing it every week. So we're trying to get that to gain as much momentum as possible. So if any of y'all need some writing accountability in your life, Monday night at the library is a place to go.
I don't understand what it is, writing accountability.
There's no expectation of it, really. So like say you want to work on your poems, or you want to work on your novel, or you just want to write your bloody grocery list, but you can't stay on task at home to do it. You're not getting it done. You procrastinate. You're finding excuses. Go do it at the library with other people who are trying to do the same thing.
Very cool.
Maybe chat about what you're doing. There's an optional writing prompt if you want one. But if you just want to go and do your own thing, it's just like the Fiber Art Friends. It's like the Word Art Friends. You bring your journal or whatever.
Yeah, very cool.
I had experience in writing grant applications, learned how to cut my words down to a minimum. I'm not sure how creative that is. It can be. But anyhow,
I used
that's
to
very
have
interesting.
an online group, and we'd share our writings. I think it was called the Write Tribe. And that was quite a fun get together. Gave people it's easier to read your project out to someone else and get immediate feedback. So it adds a layer of enthusiasm to what your projects are.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I wish there was a Douglas group like that, but the library is not the right institution to moderate it.
Right.
We tried once and it got ugly fast.
Oh, I see.
I gave the cracker to myself.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've been a part of similar groups for artists. Maybe we could roll it together and do writing and art or something.
Language arts
Yeah.
and art arts.
But similarly, sometimes online. But yeah, just if you need some set aside space to work on things,
A safe environment for
you
self-expression.
can share or not share. It's just more space to sit and do it.
I have a thought, and I wonder, like the library, it's a liability. It's too much of a liability to try to moderate an online writing group or writers workshop because we're the government. We can't do that.
Right.
But
You
we
need to be in
could
a
lead a virtual workshop or accountability group, like the same thing we're kind of trying to do, on Monday nights. If we did that in a virtual space, like a Zoom meeting that we invited people to, that might be more manageable. If library patrons could register for a dedicated like Zoom time, do you think that there would be an audience for that?
I think the trustees meetings are great on Zoom. I don't have to spend an extra 20 minutes of my day going back and forth to wherever a meeting has to be held. This is
Would you
wonderful.
do a Zoom
I
book
love
club?
it. I don't know if I would. I sort of enjoy the. I really enjoyed Lisa's cookbook stuff, which is now just cooking and fun. It really is, and so I'm that one I think is more. And the one that Betty and I are in, the
Intrepid
readers. Yeah, I enjoy not talking about the books and just about life.
Ellie, that's the face-to-face that you need. That you can do online or Zoom classes and do like these meetings work great, but we're not trying to be, like, oh, come here and let's talk. It's more not as intimate as whatever groups you do, like your book club, the book club, or the writing group. I think there's good things to be said for each. Sometimes it's easier for people to go online to do something like Zoom with a group, but other times I think you need to meet face to face. Maybe if there was a group that did the two, once a month you have to get together face to face, and then, or whatever you choose, the other couple of weeks you do Zoom. Just something to think about.
Might research how other libraries have gone at this, because there's enough young, shy, post-pandemic people in Douglas that I think something virtual could work at this point.
And what if you start with that and then say, if you have a couple of successful groups, here's a schedule of what could happen. You guys can choose. Do you want to get together face to face or meet someplace, whatever,
I, As with anything, you're going to need someone to act as monitor. It's so easy to get off track if you're not organized with an agenda. And I think that might be some of the areas where things get prickly.
Yeah.
You got to kind of, somebody has to steer the show, or you're going to have the typical butting heads of personalities and egos. And it's very easy to get off track. So there is complications to it, but it is a nice idea. And for some people who still want to express themselves, but even say getting out of the house, they can still be involved with like-minded people who like to write or talk about something they've read in an online setting like a Zoom meeting.
Oh,
Are we almost done here?
Yes, all right. Does anybody want to know about Museum on Main Street, or did y'all all read the blog?
We're all good. I think. Does
I
anyone?
read it. It was cool. It was very impressive.
It really was.
I wanted to, for the exhibit, to be able to take credit for the amazing turnout at town meeting, but there may have been other factors.
I don't know what you're talking about. It has been so hard to like. This town meeting was bigger than the 2018 override.
Was it?
That
Crazy.
I mean,
Wow.
Don't mess with
I
the
was
man.
amazed about how well they, the people that were pushing for it were really good at it. And I don't know, I must have said it at the Lisa's dinner party thing, but I said, if the library wants to do something, you should get those people together to support you and promote.
I agree.
You know, they were so good doing that.
I mean, it was a lot of those people.
It was, yeah. Lori did an amazing job on the override vote.
Yeah.
Right.
And there were other people who were part of the Vote Yes campaign who were on the other side of the issue. And it's just been a very interesting few months to listen to patrons talk.
Yeah.
It has. I've heard a couple of stories from the natives, the locals who've been here for generations, and their stories about farm animals and bringing them into the houses. But yes, I thought it was good. And I'm dating myself that one of the main organizers of this is someone who I had in preschool.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So anyhow, let's move on. Other old business.
Nope.
Hearing none. New business.
Nope.
Hearing none. Next meeting date, December 23rd.
Wow.
I will probably be traveling that day.
I can do it.
You want to do it in January, or do you want to? Because you have to have your budget sort of intact in
Right.
whatever in
Would it
before
make
January.
sense?
Or
Yeah.
do we have to review you too, Justin?
Oh yeah, it's about that time.
Do we want to do a combined December, January meeting?
Yeah, that would be good, I think.
Okay.
So early on in January,
Yeah.
like the 6th.
Is the
That'd be
6th
good.
too early? Because that would be perfect for the library schedule. Because the 13th is Intrepid Readers, the 20th is Sci-Fi Book Club.
January 6th.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do the 6th.
And skip the 27th of January.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so then, okay.
So this is going to feel weird. 2020. 6.
Yeah, you have to get used to that.
And this, we need to also have, so you'll send out something, Justin, for your recommendations or for us to rate you or whatever.
Yeah, I can send out the usual survey. Do you want me to alter
Yeah.
anything, or does it work as is?
It's
Works.
working. And we should also let the people who aren't here know. Oh, well, town hall has to know too, right? About the meeting date change.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, are we good? We,
I think
You
so.
want me to send something to Chris Furno to say that we're skipping it? I usually do, so it doesn't bother me.
If you don't mind, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
And I'll get the not next week, but the week after. I will get the review instrument prepared.
And you'll have a budget thing for 2027, right?
Yes. Preliminary budget, meeting date change, review summary. Add that to my action list.
great. Any other new business? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right.
Nobody is opposed.
We are